It's time for the second biggest pay-per-view of the whole series. We've done WrestleMania. How about we do SummerSlam 2004? I'm excited.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to SummerSlam 04. That's right, we're doing the big one, the big summer pay-per-view with a big card in tow. I'm slightly worried about we're going to burn out the crowd if anything, because we certainly do have big matches on tow. We've got tag championships on the line, we've got intercontinental titles on the line, we've got the US title on the line, the world title on the line, the WWE title on the line, we've got a no holds barred match, we've got a street fight, and well, it should be pretty interesting. If you are excited for it, drop a like on the video now. If you are very much thinking like me, SummerSlam probably is one of your favourite pay-per-views of the year, drop a like on the video now. We are going to go SummerSlam. Come on, let's have a good one. SummerSlam comes to you from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Now, first of all, get it out of the way, SummerSlam 2004 came from Toronto in Canada. We are not doing that because we want to give it the best chance to be amazing, so we're sticking in America, LA. We kick off on the pre-show. Jacqueline get a win over Tori Wilson for a 49. They didn't click, it made for an awkward bout, so it's a good job this did get bumped from Smackdown, Stu, onto a pre-show, right?
Yeah, because I got a feeling that might have not helped the score that well. But yeah, this one, this one was supposed to be a situation, yeah, because Jacqueline is obviously a new part of Molly Holly's new stable. So and also I need to start showing, need to show Jacqueline that, yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with. And obviously Tori Wilson normally scores quite well on these kind of matches. So, yeah, so good stuff there. I mean, just, yeah, simple tornado DDT, that'll do, 49. Kind of glad it was bumped, but then it's nice to feel like maybe a pre-show. We have a pre-show that has a kind of meaning more than just matches. So that maybe it's a good thing in the end. In
a way, yeah. I mean, you do have to remember that 2004, this would not have been televised anywhere.
Yeah.
Although actually, it probably would have run on Heat. Heat often worked as a pre-show, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me back then they might have done a situation of just done the, like, earlier, like it would have been part of like a little segment talking about it, where it said earlier on Heat earlier today, like, and it would have been a match and they would have explained it. And maybe would have set up a big match of SmackDown.
Yeah, maybe. What they would have shown on the early today, though, was the post-match segment after Jacqueline beat Tori, because Jacqueline sticks her through the announce table for a 49.
Yep, as I said, she beats her in the match, but then she obviously wants to prove a point that obviously that they control. Obviously, with franchise players, we called them, right? Is that what we called them?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically to prove that, yeah, they run this division and they're a force to be reckoned with. And the best way to always show that in any wrestling show is to show them, well, beat someone up and put them through tables. So this is what it is. And it also shows how dangerous Jacqueline is. So it just reinforces what the match already showed. So, yeah, good stuff. But 49, yeah, kind of was a good idea we bumped this. Because it might have affected much about that. But, yeah, good.
You're speaking about sending a message and domination. We do a 4-on-1 handicap match for a 44. Samoa Joe defeats Scotty 2 Hottie, Spike Dudley, Maven and Rosie inside 4 minutes. This is literally for the live crowd, but just to put over that Samoa Joe is a monster. The first person he takes out, not elimination, but as Stu said earlier, you can have Rosie start the match for his team as big man versus big man, and Joe chokes him out and throws him back to the corner. Tags out and Rosie's out for the rest of the match. Scotty gets destroyed with a clothesline, tags straight back out. Spike gets hit with a, German suplex, gets straight back out. Tag to Maven, nobody else wants anything to do with it. So, muscle buster, 1, 2, 3, says Scotty. Maven would have worked as well. You get the point. Samoa Joe is a monster. He put in a 68 here as well. Oh, yes, Joe. Yes.
Well, this is one of those matches that basically there's many years early on, but there would have been a lot of a Joe chant after watching him destroy these 4 people.
Joe's gonna kill you.
Yep.
Yeah. You can see it. 44. Right, let's get on to the main show then. We're kicking off, not with a video package. We're not doing a video package tonight. I know it's SummerSlam, but we're kicking off with a competition, really, to find out who is the last man standing. It is Jericho and Christian. Vitamin C, well, they explode, so to speak. This should be a good one, Stu.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time. This has been a feud that's kind of been mixed between King of the Rings, multiple. This is the first time I think they met face to face.
It's the first time they've met on pay-per-view. They did a match on Smackdown for a 92. Can they raise the bar? Let's find out. It is Jericho Christian, last man standing for a 90. So not quite at the same level, but a really good start to the show. I've got no issue with this. 90 is good. Christian brings it down a little bit with an 81. I don't know, Christian can usually do better than that, but a 96 from Jericho, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone up. I mean, with Christian, I have to admit, I've been a bit... He's been a casualty of some other booking decisions are made, but that's the nature of wrestling sometimes. But I think I'd be interested to see where he gets score afterwards, but maybe this Big Wig might catapult him upward, hopefully. That was the plan, why I've done it. So, but yeah, I mean, 90, great. I think it's not as because it's their first match, but then if you got a series of matches where it's like 90, was it 94, first one? And then 90 here, and the last man standing, what was that, 3, 4.5 star? 4?
4.5 stars.
Yeah, so to start a show with that, Stu does exactly what we wanted it to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one is just, I put literally, it's back and forth, it's a war between these two. It would be, wasn't it? It's a bit of a rivalry at this point. The spot I've got that might be cliche, but I love it because it shows it's a perfect spot to do, to kind of like Jericho to look strong, but then Christian winning makes him look even more strong. So what I've done is basically they're fighting on top of the stage, and basically like they find a way, they fall onto the outside, off the stage, and goes through the mysteriously placed tables that they always put around about that section, So they go through that, and everyone's checking them, and obviously, but he does the count, and then we'll do like a camera angle. It pans out, so it's like you don't see what's going on, type thing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you get to 8, 9, and he's like, oh, you see a hand. Oh, who is that? Who that could be? And then you get it, and everyone's like hoping it's Chris Jericho because obviously no one, right? And I like the idea. Then it gets to 10, and it's Christian. And the place, he gets booed out of the building, right? Because it'd be like no one wanted him to win, but he won. But I think I know like the idea is like, I think it's a similar spot I've seen years ago. Like I think weird one with was it Rhea Ripley Gonzalez a long time ago?
Yeah.
Where it's like they went for the stage, and it's like who's gonna come out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, and then you see Gonzalez got out and she won. So that's the kind of spot I want here. But just like they're both gone for the table. You pan out, so you don't see what's happening, and then Christian just wins it. But like Jericho still looks a badass because obviously he fell off the stage. So, and Christian looks like a badass because he just survived it, and he is the last man standing.
He is the last man standing. Very interesting to see what happens with Christian going forward. Backstage, a man being asked about the match in a general manager sense, but also about the brutality of it, was Mick Foley for a 100. He's asked about, are we going to see very similar in your street fight with Triple H tonight? And well, Stu, we've come up with a segment here that I think is very interesting for what's going to happen later. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, I mean, I think from what we discussed, I think it's more of a situation. Obviously, he's obviously talking about how brutal this match is going to be, but yeah, it's like we've kind of put a question like. I don't know if it's like spoiler thing. We kind of put a doubt that he's not quite sure, like we don't know who's gonna be there. Like, because obviously with Mick Foley, you've kind of always got to do the thing. The guy is, if he was actually a human being, he would be in a mental ward because he's got a split personality disorder because he's 3 different characters. But that's the kind of want to tease it. So it's like he's make it look like he's doubting it, as it says on there, doubting himself. Like, I don't know if I will like. it'd be me or something like that.
Yeah, but I
kind
think we said something like he's got to put over the brutality of the match. He's going to reveal that he's got a little bit of help as he pulls out his old friend Barbie. But then he's going to but I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if I'm quite enough for this.
Or
and walks
like,
away.
Or maybe it's also added, well, this is just for now, it's like maybe add that's not me anymore. Like he doesn't maybe doubt that basically he doesn't know if he can be like that anymore. Like he's going to give
the general manager role.
Yeah, because you could sit there and say like being GM, being that kind of stuff has maybe calmed him down that situation, and you could do the bit like he doubts that that'd be enough, but also he doubts can he go that far.
Okay.
Anymore. That still works for what we kind of want. I think might works well, but yeah, I like what we came out with. The idea is he might be doubting himself. He might be going, I don't know. That maybe a certain person might be happy to hear. We'll find out what he says later. But
more on that later. Let's move on to the Intercontinental title scene. It's a triple threat for the IC title. John Cena defending against AJ Styles and Booker T. Now remember the build up to this. Booker T turned his back on AJ Styles and their tag team. After AJ won a shot at Cena's US title. It ended up being a triple threat. Cena's just there to try and keep hold of his title, whereas AJ and Booker, they've got issues. Very much hate each other right now. So let's see who's going to walk away with the championship. Your winner. And in probably the most predictable moment of the night, still Intercontinental Champion for a 91.
Impressive.
John Cena. Look, it's the right call to keep the title on Cena, clearly. But also this is more to do with the finish of this. Cena pins AJ Styles. So what I've got written down here is AJ is going to hit Booker T with a Styles clash, right? And he has the chance to win the match. But rather than going for the pin, because he is so angry at Booker T, he carries on punching Booker T, doesn't go for the win. If he'd have gone for the pin at that moment, he would be Intercontinental Champion. That allows Cena the extra little bit of moment to take advantage. Into the ring he goes, picks up AJ Styles, FU 1, 2, 3. But make it very clear, AJ Styles, if his blind hatred towards Booker T didn't get in the way, would be Intercontinental Champion right now. That's what
I do like that. I do like that because it's like he still looks strong because it's like his hatred's got the best of him and it's blinded his. Yeah, he should have won that match, but he didn't. So it's like, ironically, it's another basically a situation of maybe not the Booker T stuff, but like there was when before he turned him heel, Booker T was going through a phase where he should have. There were moments when he should have won. So maybe there's some correlation there, maybe. I don't know if you're going to put that in there, maybe.
I think it's probably one of my favourite pieces of booked finishes we've done in this type of series, because to me, it protects all three men. Obviously, Cena wins, but Cena wins in the way of, look, your issues are your issues. I just want to keep my title. I'm going to do what I need to do, right? AJ is protected, as you just said. It's the hatred that protects him. But Booker's also been protected here because Booker doesn't lose.
Well, he doesn't get the pin. He doesn't get pinned. But then AJ gets pinned, but it still gets protected because of it's just I like it. I can see why you would. If I booked that, I would have been proud of that as well because it's like it's a creative storyline way to make everyone look good.
And it's character based, which is always better. 91, by the way, what a show so far. 2 matches in, and 90 and a 91. Let's try and continue that.
All I say to that is touch wood with that, and hopefully that's not like it's not like it starts off great and then, but no, we're positive. But great start, 91. I'm not surprised by that. Booker T's always good. Cena's
I am
great.
little looking at 85 for Cena, 82 for Booker, 72 for Styles, 91. I mean, it's boosted by nothing major really, so good stuff. I'll take it.
It doesn't seem like anything like no, they're not clicking together when it comes to the three of them. So. Yeah, man. I think that's. I guess, and you must be absolutely thrilled with that.
I am very happy. Let's go backstage to the WWE Champion. Shawn Michaels is warming up ahead of his defense against Randy Orton tonight when in comes the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, for a 102nd of the show. By the way, Flair is gonna sort of ask how Shawn's getting on. Are you feeling good today? You feeling good? Very confident and cocky, Ric Flair. And he's just going to tease that, you know what, maybe I'll see you out there tonight. Maybe you'll see the Nature Boy, the dirtiest player in the game, out there tonight. Just teasing that particularly to Shawn Michaels, getting in Shawn Michaels' head here, is Ric Flair got to interfere in the title match. You would expect Flair to interfere, wouldn't you, really, as part of Evolution?
It's his MO. It's his MO.
It's his MO. Remember that. Shawn Michaels will remember that as well.
But I do like there's a little thing, like, I like the idea, maybe when he says that, he walks out and the camera still comes on Shawn.
Yeah.
And so, like, keeps on Shawn. But I like the idea that first he kind of, like, laughs it off, like, oh, okay. And then he kind of thinks about it, going, wait, he might, you know. Like, use a, like, visual thing with the facial expressions, maybe.
Yeah.
To show, like, he first laughs it off, but then he thinks, wait, but he wouldn't do that, wouldn't he?
He would. Right, let's go to the Women's Championship. Another triple threat. Look, the match has been pretty good so far. We're not going to get a 90 for this, we know. But you said off air, if you get a 70 for this, you'll be over the moon. It's women's title on the line. Trish Stratus defends against Lita and Gail Kim. All three are baby faces. Hopefully they can have a women's wrestling classic, basically, is what we're going for here.
That's the hope. Because I think I'm quite happy with the way I booked it. They did the women's division since I've got the women's division. So but forget 70.
I think a 70 will be very good. So let's find out. Your women's title is on the line. Trish, Lita, and Gail Kim. Stu, your winner.
And new. Oh, so close. New WWE Women's Champion in Lita.
Let's talk about performances quickly. 66 for Lita, 67 for Trish, 58 for Gail Kim. Now, we did put this match as a cool the crowd match because we kind of need to tonight. But still a 68, so it's boosted still a tiny bit. Talk me through that finish, because Trish losing the title is interesting, especially when you've put it on. Probably the one that I mean, let me know in the comments if you feel differently, but probably the one I was least expecting you to put the title on. I thought if there was going to be a title change, Gail Kim, who you've built up over the last few months, might be where he goes. Lita's a very intriguing choice.
Yeah, well, I think it's because it's been in the books for a while, and I kind of like the idea that, like, Trish is wanting to prove that how great things are, like, you know, prove how the standard of women's wrestling. And yeah, I mean, and also I like if Gail Kim's gone, from that school, obviously, when you think about it, if you look at it from a situation, you've got 58 there, 67, 66, right? I don't think Gail Kim's ready just yet to win the title. But the way in this match you put it across that she's getting closer every time she has a title shot. I think this would be her second attempt, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see where if I did do that, maybe in the future, there's a storyline there. So yeah, but with this, the way I put this finish is I put this as a great match. I mean, 68 is still pretty damn good. For, you know, Gail Kim holding her own. But I like the idea of, like, Gail Kim hitting her finisher. That I always forget what that is. But Gail Kim hits a finisher, and then I expect, looks like she's gonna get the win. Like, literally, she's hit it 1, 2. But I'm gonna do that thing that Seth done all that time. We know, like, when he does a frog splash out of nowhere. You don't see it on camera.
Yeah.
But you see, but this one I do. Lita does a moonsault from out of nowhere.
Okay.
So it looks like, Gail Kim had it won. Lita does that from the top, and then Gail Kim's out of the match because obviously she's taking a full blunt. She goes out, and then Lita picks up Trish Stratus, hits the Twist of Fate, goes top, hits another moonsault, gets the pin, gets the win. So I like the idea that, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it would be cool to have Lita with the title. Gail Kim, I don't think she's there just yet. I think she needs maybe one or two more, a little bit more work, but she's getting there. She's definitely exceeding my expectations by far. But yeah, I just think, I just thought maybe with the way Trish is talking, and also it is SummerSlam, I thought it needed a big title change.
It's a big moment. It's a big moment, and it is the first title change of the night. Cena, of course, kept his title, so we're 1 for 1 really in title retentions or changes. Lita is the champion. Post-match, well, Lita gets the utmost respect from Trish and Gail Kim for a 75.
Yeah, this one is simple as obviously they're all baby faces, so obviously we can't. I did put a little attention. Obviously, they're kind of this intense rivalry type thing that always great in wrestling. When you've got 3 baby faces sometimes, but I like the idea that basically, like, Lita's got title celebration, everyone's happy, and then she turns around and obviously you got Trish there. Or like Gail Kim. I say Gail Kim goes first, and or she's in the corner disappointed because she's so close to winning it, right? I like the idea maybe Lita picks her up and then holds her hand high or shakes her hand and says, "You did good." And obviously Gail Kim again walks off, but still disappointed. But then you've got this thing that Trish comes in, and then there's a little bit. It's not like teasing, but I like the idea that maybe Trish is like hesitant to shake her hand because she wants the best, but she didn't expect her to lose the title.
Yeah.
But then they kind of tease it, and then boom, they shake hands. But as we pointed out in the segment here, she doesn't look happy either because she didn't expect to lose the title. It's all good talking about, was it Trish being like, I want the best, I want to bring the best in women's wrestling.
But she wants to be the best as well.
Exactly, and also she wants to. And also, you say that kind of stuff when you're winning and you're a champion, but you don't expect to lose. Like, and especially we put Trish's on a roll. So, yeah, I like the frustration there that Lita's won, but the two oppositions are not happy with it because they wanted to win. So, yeah, 75 again, great stuff there. But yeah, I mean, Lita winning it, it's just I get it. It's not where it could go, but I think it might be interesting to see Lita in that. So.
Indeed, I think it'll be good. Okay, another title on the line now. This is a fatal 4-way tag team contest for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. It is defending the Big Show and Jamie Noble, the knockout artists, but the people challenging. You've got the Brothers of Destruction, of course, Undertaker and Kane. You've got Evolution, Batista and Flair, who will hope, in their eyes, to win all the belts tonight, right? Well, all the belts they can. Sorry, Cena. Sorry, Chavo. And then, of course, the British Bruisers. Two men that you could argue come into this as underdogs against the rest of the teams. Four talented tag teams, right? I am excited for this one. It's going to be interesting. Your winners, Stu. And new WWE World Tag Team Champions, which means the knockout artists are not retaining their titles tonight.
So I think the shock has come through. That's why we're so silent right now.
William Regal and Dave Finlay, the British Bruisers, for an 80. Could have been better, arguably. I mean, Taker's put in a 100. It definitely could be better. But Batista and Flair actually underperformed here for once. Big Show 84 underperformed. Kane 83 was fine. 78 for Regal's fine. Finlay 54.
So Taker getting 100 as always. Like that seems to be his level at the moment. He just gets 100s all the time now. It's ridiculous.
I wonder why Batista and Flair and Show were low. Maybe it was a little too long for these guys. Ran 17 minutes.
I was betting this wasn't the Call of Quiet match. What did we put this as?
This was just a storytelling match.
Maybe it just doesn't click, or maybe I don't know. It's the first time they've all faced each other.
I think it's a little long. I think if this is 12 to 13 minutes, it probably does better. But for 80, it's pretty good as a middle of the card match. I've got no issues with that. And again, for the second time tonight, we crown a new title holder. The British Bruisers win the championships. And I think this would be this would be one of the biggest shocks of the night, really, because
the names involved, like literally all names involved, and it's just the idea that like they were, as you said, the underdogs, and then they've come out with the win. Like the idea that what have you put there? Was it the Rex? Was it not Rex? Regal Plex? Is that what they put?
Apparently, yeah.
Whatever that, I don't know how that would look. Yeah, but yeah, I think. I mean, the idea is obviously all three of these people have had the titles, obviously the champions, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you have trying to book them up quite nicely, so I can see why I put the titles off on them. So yeah.
Well, this is the thing, like you just said. The other three tag teams have all held the titles in this save. Knockout Artists were just champions, obviously. Evolution were champions going into at the start of the save, and Brothers of Destruction won the titles at WrestleMania. None of those three need the titles anymore, if we're totally honest. Big Show at a 90, Evolution or Evolution, Brothers of Destruction, Brothers of Destruction. Neither of them need the titles. The British Bruisers as champions may help them massively. So let's see what they do going forward. All aboard the Regal Rock and Roll Express. Come on.
Priceline, that works very well. I honestly, that should be named as his finishing move.
Stop.
Just saying.
Stop.
Just saying.
Stop it. A big change, though. Big change. Okay, backstage, Triple H is asked about Mick Foley's earlier comments about doubting himself. And as you can see, Stu, Triple H is very confident.
Yeah, it's as you expect. If Triple H is hearing backstage that basically Mick Foley's doubting himself and that kind of stuff, Triple H is obviously going to be salivating with this kind of stuff, because obviously that means he thinks, because again, of course he'd be confident. Yes, he might be about being he obviously put the stipulation out that, you know, he gets a win of a GM. He's faced Mick Foley twice in the last couple of years, and he's beaten him twice, so he's going into this match like full of confidence. Then he hears that's just an icing on the cake. So I like the idea of Triple H coming across as like it's a foregone conclusion that he cannot wait for SmackDown next week, because there'll be no Mick Foley.
Manager. There won't be Mick Foley as general manager, correct? Triple H is going to make his entrance, and then the music of Mick Foley is going to hit, and there will be no Mick Foley come out. So Triple H is going to very clearly be calling him a coward, right? And then, well, Stu, whose music's going to hit?
If only I could do the music without actually playing. I wish we could play it, but we can't. Damn it! But yes, this is no surprise. With this one, what we're going to do here is it's going to be Cactus Jack. It's going to be. I think at first it wasn't going to be Foley, but then when we talked about it, I liked the idea. Basically, this is all kind of a rerun of the Street Fight they had all those years ago. But if you're going to do it, it's a street fight. You've got
to lean into it, right? If you're going to do a street fight, you don't do Mick Foley, you do Cactus Jack. And Cactus Jack looking for revenge for the one big loss in his career type thing. I know they're the same people, but you get my point.
Yeah, I mean, and also like the idea of it sitting there going, I know it's been on the nose, because obviously it seems to be anything in this match involves blood, but he's out for blood. Like, because I don't know how I always got confused. How does the connection with his three personalities? Is it like, has he got like three personalities stuck in his head and he kind of picks them out when he needs them? But I don't think it's ever been explained to Mick Foley. But I like the idea that basically, like, maybe if we were going to do a situation that Mick Foley's like Cactus Jack's had that in his mind ever since that day he was last let out, if you know what I mean. So now he's back. He's good. Like, we're not talking about Mick Foley going after him. It's Cactus Jack, and Cactus Jack is more twisted, more brutal, more gonna make Triple H's life a living hell in this match. And yeah, I like it. I think it had to be done. Come on, we teased it with the bat. I mean, when you did that, you knew that that's probably where it's going to go. But yeah, I like that, because I like the idea of Triple H being like his smile disappears very quickly.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. Look, I think this match will do well. I don't think it'll do well as a segment, obviously. I think we're looking... I'd take 90 for this. I don't know about you.
I just want it to be... I would love it to be a match that lives up to the hype that it would be, and actually gets to the score that would be decent. Yeah, 90. I mean, if I get 92, would be also... I'll be happy with that. But anything past 90, I'll be... I think a 92 I would be happy with, but anything less than that I would be a bit disappointed. But it depends on what Mick's like in the rings. His first stage back. Yeah. Is Triple H being Triple H your problem? I don't know. Let's find out. But yeah, so I'm hopeful. But that's yeah. So I didn't tease this, or should I just go straight into
Triple H and Foley in a street fight for 78, and Triple H sustained a cracked tailbone.
This is gonna sound really horrible, right? But I might not be too devastated by that.
86 for Triple H, 85 for Mick Foley. So arguably both men underperformed anyway.
I think maybe the injury. I think the injury done. Cracked tailbone. Oh man, if it would have been so ironic if it was a what was it, the biceps thing again, you know. But yeah, I mean
penalised for inconsistency, low morale. Segment ratings are penalised for the injury. The injury really brings this down.
But that's okay. It's not that disappointing then when I think about it now, because the injury. What can you do about that?
Yeah.
So, but it'd be interesting to see how long he'd be out for, or he can.
I think it'll be something he wrestles through a cracked tailbone. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, or maybe he just doesn't like me because I've been really mean to him apparently. Because I actually want him to actually put some people over. You know.
Well, he's put Mick Foley over here. Mick keeps his job. Mandible claw. It says. What you got?
Something really more brutal than that.
Yeah.
The way I've put this, the way I've described this in my notes here, I've put awesome match, very, very, very bloody. With barbed wire bats, flaming tables, chairs, you know, if it's a street fight with Cactus Jack versus Triple H, all the stuff you would expect from it. But this is a weird one. I feel I had to do this purely for the fact that it's a thing that because of the way we're booked, we'd never got now. But the way I've done it is Triple H. Like I like the idea of a table outside. I like the idea that it's a flaming table, right? Yeah. Because of course you got to do that, right? Come on. So this is how crazy it's going to be. I like the idea that he does a flaming table. He puts him through it with DDT, but now when I think about it, he does a power driver through the table. Right?
No, you can't do a pole driver through a flaming table.
What?
You can't put their head in the flames. No.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'm just too brutal. Too brutal, is it?
What about a spine buster through the flaming table?
Well, I bet DDT, but it's like it's not putting his head in the flame, but it's like I don't know.
His body could go in with a DDT to be fair. He could get away with that.
That's what I put, but then I thought about it, but then I thought not about it. But either way, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done the power drive, but my bad. I keep forgetting they're actually human beings. Sorry. But okay, so you do that, and then obviously that you finish, and brings it in, and then Matt Wick was it as a nice homage to their last match with it did end with thumbtacks, right? So I like the idea that basically that after that brings him in and he puts the thumbtacks and then he hits. I mean, I'm really tempted to do that. He hits a pedigree on it just as revenge for all that time he did to him. But I think that'd be a two.
No, I think he needs to hit his big DDT.
I think that's what I put him on the thing. But yeah, hits the DDT on the thumb. Can't put it on head first because that would freaking hurt. But you know what I mean.
To be fair, they do that. They can get away with that.
Yeah, so do thumbtacks on that, and then normally like last time he kicked out, but he doesn't. Obviously, he's just gone through a flaming table, DDT through a thumbtacks. It's bleeding like a what's the old thing JR used to say?
Stuffed government pig.
I was gonna say government mule. Either way, a JR.
Something like that.
Yeah, and then gets the pin, gets the win. Stu GM, Stu in charge, finally gets the win against Triple H, and yeah, flaming tables, barbed wire bats, blood everywhere. I think the injury. It'd be interesting to see how could they do that spot, but this is what I put for it. So with that injury, like, could you do like a flaming table with a crack collar?
I mean, Triple H probably could because he's ridiculous with injuries, so he probably could. Look, 78 is a little bit disappointing. Let's hope the rest of the show can back it up. Mick Foley keeps his job. Triple H, we'll see what happens with him. Backstage, we have an interviewer trying to get into the room for John Bradshaw. Thanks, Sarge. Mick Foley got heat backstage because of a mistake that caused Triple H to get hurt. Great. Anyway, backstage, they're trying to speak to John Bradshaw Layfield now. I know this feels low. It's because Orlando Jordan and Chris Masters are in it, everybody, but it's okay. It's just a way to build towards JBL and Vincent Kennedy McMahon. JBL is too busy preparing to be interviewed. Masters is on the door like a bodyguard. Orlando Jordan is his spokesperson, saying absolutely not, you will not get an interview today, blah, blah, blah. Just to put over the JBL. Two ways of looking at it. And the face commentator JR will clearly put across that, JBL's terrified, that's why, of the ass whipping that Vince is going to give him. Or is JBL taking this so very seriously right now? Two ways of looking at it. Yeah, 64.
I mean, I like the idea of that because it's like we could be a different JBL tonight. That one that might surprise people.
Maybe. Right, let's get back into the title conversation, shall we? It is time for the United States Championship to be on the line. Rob Van Dam wanted the challenge of the triple threat against Mark Henry and Lance Storm. Rob Van Dam has got the challenge of the triple threat against Lance Storm and Mark Henry. Will he walk away with his championship? Stu, your winner.
Yeah, this one. I hope you enjoy this one. But yes, and new WWE United States Champion in Lance Storm.
Now, we did make this a Call the Crowd match as well after the street fight that's just happened. We figured this was the right call. 82 for this isn't bad at all when you look at Mark Henry putting in a 67. Van Dam 93, obviously the opposite side of that, and Lance Storm was your solid middle at an 81. 82 is good.
I'm happy with that. I think I said if that gets an 8, I was hoping I always hope for higher because always do, don't you?
Yeah.
But like an 82 definitely for that's like 3.5 star ish, like kind of triple threat US title match. Yeah, it's definitely. But I mean, yeah, I'm just more impressed that Storm getting 81. It's crazy. When you think of I've put a lot of work in Lance Storm, a lot of work into building him up, and this is kind of not a culmination of it, but it's kind of like I've had this planned in the books for a long time for Lance Storm to win at SummerSlam because I had a plan for Lance Storm and I wanted to do something good with him. So for getting 82 out of his big, so 3.5 star match for a big title change for Lance Storm, it's brilliant. So, but yeah, so kind of why I've ended it is basically this great battle between early on RVD and Lance Storm team up and Mark Henry to take him out. Obviously, they would because they want to take him out. They don't want him to get involved in the finish. You get every spot you get later on. The spot everyone can do have their big moment to shine. It's triple threat. It's what you do. But I like the idea of basically Mark Henry hits the world's strongest slam on RVD, and then like you think that's the way it's going to go. And then all of a sudden, Lance Storm comes in, hits a super kick straight like to the face of Mark Henry. He goes out of the ring, so he's out. And then obviously RVD turns around, boom, hits that super kick. And we forget that Lance Storm super kick, or back in the day, super kicks used to be devastating finishing move, right? So they hit one, but then they hit two, and then hits one with RVD. He's out. He took a world's strongest slam, then a super kick. So you get 1, you get 2, you get 3. Lance Storm is your new United States champion, and yeah, I'm pretty proud of this one. I'm pretty happy with like the how I put Lance Storm the last couple of months. But yeah, I think I put super kick, they put sharpshooter. I don't like the idea of RVD tapping out, so I think this works well. Mark Henry is out of the decision, so maybe that might tease another feud going on because he didn't get pinned and he wasn't involved in the decision. So maybe, but yeah. And I think RVD's time maybe to move up.
Well, the 82 is good. We got another new champion. So what's that? 1, 2, 3rd title change of the night. We've still got 3 more title matches already.
Is that a trend starting? Maybe not.
Is that a trend starting? Right. Backstage, the man involved in the main event tonight for the world title and looking to take that title from Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. Well, he's cutting a promo, and actually what he's doing is showing lots of clips of him winning with the ankle lock because he promises that that's what's going to happen tonight for a 98. Yeah,
pretty much. I think I like the idea also that if he's going to do that, I like the way he's watching that match of Lance Storm just win the title, and he downplays it. Like, that's not important. Him winning the title, that's not important. We won't downplay it in the ring because obviously it's a big moment. But Kurt, because of Kurt's confidence he's had the last couple of months, he downplays it like that's nothing.
Yeah.
When like that kind of stuff, and I like the idea. Yeah, it's like got clips. He's tapped out. This person's tapped out. This person. I can't think of all the people he's made tap out off the top of my head, type thing.
Yeah.
And it's like a situation saying people on SmackDown, like sitting there like to the roster, speaking to them directly. I like the idea going, this is your future. This is what's going to happen when I'm world champion. It's not a matter of if. It's when now. It's going to happen tonight. And it's going to be a situation where it's just, this is anyone that goes against me on SmackDown. It's like a warning to SmackDown when he does win. To like, this is what's going to happen every time you face me. I'm gonna lock in the ankle lock, break your ankle, and that's it. So show signal of intent. Let's go by that.
He's very, very, very confident. Let's see if he can get it done in the main event later tonight. It's time for another war. Now, we've had all-out war between Jericho and Christian. We've had Triple H and Foley have a bloody mess. It's rich man versus rich man time.
This is going to be fascinating to see where this goes. I want to know what. I've got a feeling you've gone balls to the wall crazy with the way you put this up.
No. To be fair, the finish is quite simple. But let's talk about it. It's JBL. It's Vince McMahon. I'll take a 75. Let's see what happens. No.
Jump out is a head, or was it?
Held back by the chaotic nature of the match.
How does that work? Like, it's like no holds. Did you put it as a no holds bar?
We did it as a mayhem match.
You would have thought that would have worked for him. I mean,
It helped Vince.
I love the way that he basically like JBL outperformed Vince, but the men.
Yeah, you would. JBL beats Vince McMahon, and this match is about two parallel story threads, right? Now, Vince McMahon is a man that has crushed every bit of competition he's ever had. He's a man that has always been told, no, you'll never be able to do that. And he's always done it, right? A man that you can never, ever, ever bet against. You take that and you put it against John Bradshaw Layfield, who's a man that's always been told in his career that he's going to be nothing but a cowboy. Nothing but a brawler. Nothing but a drinker. A bodyguard. Never going to be the top guy. Well, this year, he made himself the WWE Championship. He's a guy that doesn't take no for an answer, too. You put these two determined, unstoppable forces together here, and this is what we're going to show here, that JBL is taking this very seriously, right? JBL is going to absolutely beat the hell out of Vince McMahon. But Vince McMahon continues to kick out. Right, out of stuff you would never expect him to kick out of. And then Vince McMahon's going to get his own back with weapons too, right? This is going to go around the arena. JBL is going to get thrown down a flight of stairs, but still kick out, right? We are putting over how mentally strong both these men are, right? But in the end, interference from Chris Masters, who locks on the master lock again, destroys Vince's shoulders, and then not the power bomb. You know what's coming. 3 clothesline from hell's later. Vince McMahon is out. JBL puts his foot on his chest. 1, 2, 3. Finally, Vince McMahon has stayed down. For the first time in his life, Vince McMahon has stayed down. And JBL, the battle of the wills, JBL has a stronger will than Vince McMahon tonight, basically. Look, I've made something from absolute bullshit there, but I'm quite pleased with what I've done. Considering this has started from the fact that I had to find a way to get JBL to the WWE Championship in a shocking way, and Vince was collateral damage. I'll take it. 66 awful.
No,
you know what? It's fine.
It's exactly what I love about it is a sense of it's so feels like that coming out of the mind of Vince McMahon. This whole story that
you have been sports entertained right there. That's what it is.
And there's no Jericho. That's what I'm disappointed at. You know, but you're talking about sports. Where's the sports entertainers? I mean, but that's what I love about it. It's just it's completely balls to the world crazy. This whole how the story's even started. But I love it because if I was watching that on telly, I would be glued to my screen, wanting to know exactly what happens every week.
Imagine when JBL nails a power bomb on the ring apron, right? Rolls Vince McMahon in. You think this old man's done. 1, 2, and Vince kicks out. Imagine the roar Vince is going to get for kicking out of stuff which he has no right to kick out of. You're
basically giving him the booking that Shane got because Shane basically got the reason everyone loved before his last run on WWE, people loved Shane McMahon is because he could take a beating and still kick out. And I think with this one, it's the same with Vince. But what I love about it is maybe at the end with the bit where the 3 clotheslines and how I like the idea. I don't know if we put it in, but I like the idea of maybe JBL, JR's going stop it like after the second one, like stop it. He's done. He's out of it, and then he hits one more, and then we can bring on the old JR going, damn it, or the fury that he always used to have back in the day with Austin and all that. Like bring that here and go, stop it. Just finish the match, damn it, type thing.
And because this is fantasy booking, and because I just think it'd be really funny. That final clothesline from hell, I want Vince McMahon to sell it with a 360 flip.
The idea that Vince McMahon could do that. So basically, he's been talking to The Rock recently and just like overbooking like the Stunner was.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. This segment's going to end, by the way. We didn't put it as a segment, but I've just thought about it. We should have done. This segment's going to end with Vince being stretchered out because Jesus Christ, he's been killed. But he raises his middle finger one time as he's being taken out to JBL, as if to say, "You know what? You may have won tonight, but I'm still alive, bitch. I'm fine."
Yeah, you tried to take me out. Yeah, you won the match, but yeah.
And you know that Vince, as a babyface here, by the way, Vince would get a massive pop for doing that.
Yeah, but I just wish, with this kind of save, I wish we could do it because it would be cool, but we didn't, obviously. So I love the idea that maybe we could have done what they did with Vince in real life, where on Raw, he's the face, right? And on SmackDown, he's the heel. Would have been great to do, but we didn't. We didn't
have to do it anyway. But yeah, I know what you mean. Right, let's get back on to a serious. Well, no, let's not quite get back to a serious point because, well, Randy Savage is in his office, very unhappy because JBL's won. Remember, JBL went behind Savage's back to get the WWE title match. Savage does not like JBL, but JBL's won tonight, so Savage isn't in the mood when in walks Goldberg for a 98. Now, Goldberg is going to complain to Randy Savage here and say, "Listen, I don't know whether it's because you've got personal problems with me for maybe our history, I don't know, but all I know is I am Goldberg and I am not on this SummerSlam pay-per-view. What the hell is going on?" And you know what? Randy Savage is going to put Goldberg in his place. He's going to say, let me cast you back to this year. How many WWE title opportunities have you had? Oh, look, lots of them. How many Intercontinental title opportunities did you have? Lots of them. And guess what, Goldberg? You didn't get the job done. You've had the worst in-ring. You've had the worst year of your career.
Ooh.
And you want to be on SummerSlam. Listen, Goldberg, you're at the bottom of the pile again. You need to change something. Randy Savage, brutal with Goldberg, who actually isn't going to get mad. He's going to let it all sink in, and you can see this sort of sad look go on Goldberg's face. We're doing sad Goldberg, everybody. He's going to look quite sad and walk away, and to the point that even JR is going to sit on commentary and go, "Well, that was a bit harsh."
Yeah. The idea of seeing Goldberg, the tough man, is basically always like,
I'm giving him character development here. He's going to be sad, okay?
Wait. Are you giving Goldberg a character?
Well, kind of. But let's see what happens on Raw. This should be interesting on Raw.
I'm intrigued. You've intrigued me, sir, with that. So, giving Goldberg a character. That's like one there. But yeah, so like there's got to be some WCW references there. Like you got a score of a 98. What happened in 98? Is anything between them and 98?
I don't know. I really don't.
Wish there was that meta, but it won't be. But yeah, so
interesting. Let's get serious now, because there are 3 matches left, and they are all for championships. We are going now to the WWE Championship match, the main event of Monday Night Raw, in theory, the Raw brand side of it. Shawn Michaels defends against Randy Orton. Now, there's a lot of parallels between Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton at this point in Orton's career. As a troublesome young star who has all the potential in the world, but gets himself into trouble. Now, who am I describing there? Shawn Michaels or Randy Orton? You could argue both of them. But Shawn Michaels found his way through and became the living legend that is Shawn Michaels. He became the WWE Champion. Is it Randy Orton's turn? Or will it be just one too far for Randy Orton? Will he manage to get the job done, or will his inexperience show? It's time to find out. Stu, this is for all the marbles. This is for the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels defends against Randy Orton. Your winner and new WWE champion.
So close to 100.
For joint match of the save and 99 and youngest ever WWE champion, Randy Orton. I am not going different from what they did in real life. Randy Orton was coronated world champion at SummerSlam 04. Different opponents, sure, but it is time for Orton. And I have been clearly proven right. Don't get me wrong, Shawn put in a 99. This is a Shawn Michaels show and a carry. Orton 86 isn't bad. They had great chemistry, which lifted the match. What a goddamn match. My God, imagine if this was the main event. Your main event has got a lot to live up to now.
All I say to that is it's not my fault. If I want to be really, really mean, I can sit there and say it's not my fault that my shows were better than you during the week.
Let's talk about the finish then. Earlier tonight, Ric Flair teased an interference. Now, did that interference come? Not in so many words. So there's going to be a ref bump, which is something that Stu pointed out earlier. Definitely should happen. I agree. There's going to be a ref bump. And that's the moment that Shawn Michaels, as Randy Orton's down and the referee's down, thinks, if there is going to be a Ric Flair interference, it's going to happen now. Right? So as he's tuning up the band, he's got one eye on the apron, one eye in the stands. No Batista, no Flair so far. But as he's tuning up the band and doing that, he's just taking his eyes off Randy Orton for a second. Just for a tiny bit. Right? So Michaels goes for the super kick. Orton ducks. RKO. Clean. 1, 2, 3. We are not having Flair and Batista interfere. We're having Michaels get outsmarted tonight by Evolution. Ric Flair has leaned on his history and made it very clear that, I may interfere. And Michaels has fell for it hook, line and sinker by taking his eye off Randy Orton just once. And that's all it takes to hit an RKO. And nobody kicks out of the RKO.
What I love about that when I think about it is that the idea that it's exactly the finish of the not with obviously the booking, but the idea that if you can't keep your eye off Randy Orton, hit the RKO out of nowhere. It's like the same with the King of the Ring final victory. It's like Kurt had it won, and it's just one little mistake or one little thing, and then boom, he hits the RKO. You're making the RKO out of nowhere way before it's supposed to be the RKO out of nowhere, and I love it. Obviously, I'm devastated by that 99 because I got a feeling I'm not going to get that now.
But it might boost the show, to be fair. But let's make this very clear with the RKO. Once that RKO is hit and he goes for the 1, 2, 3, there's no tension on it. Like JR was like, and it's done. We have a new champion, and we all know it. Nobody kicks out of the RKO. Once that RKO is hit, the match is over.
Is that the most protective move because obviously we try to protect finishes. And
for me, it needs to be, yeah. For me, it needs to be.
But yeah, I love that. I think I like that. I think I like that. He might not be the most. He's using his brains. He's smart. He's used it to outsmart Shawn. It's worked. I like that because it's like that's what you kind of put across with Randy Orton over because he's become the leader. He's become more. He's more young. He's more brash. He's more paranoid in terms, but. There's a reason why everyone bigs him up because you can outsmart it like this.
Evolution have well and truly outsmarted Shawn Michaels tonight. 99 though, what a match. 2 matches left. But before we go any further, Randy Orton is going to sell the emotion of winning the title so young. It's a dream come true for Randy Orton. Yes, he's a heel. I get that. But you need to put over how important this championship is. So Orton, you can even see a tear running down his face here because this is the moment that Randy Orton's career hit the very, very top.
Just quick question, who's the heel announcer here?
I don't think Raw has one really.
I was just about to say because I like the idea that the heel announcer saying a boyhood dream has come true, but in a really patronising way to Randy Orton winning it. Just to really stick it to Shawn Michaels.
I feel like you can have JR get this point over anyway, to be honest. But I know what you mean. 87's fine. Randy Orton a champion. Raw might just be more must see than ever, I will say.
You sneaky, you had to put that little dig, didn't you? Had to, didn't you? We're supposed to be friends, damn it.
Right, anyway. There is one more Raw title match of the night, 2 more title matches in general. So let's go to the Cruiserweight Championship. Chavo Guerrero, a man and a name that has been around this business for a long, long, long time. A veteran in a lot of ways, Chavo Guerrero, right? But He's taking on someone who's brand new. For a lot of people, unheard of. In Daniel Bryan. Now, obviously, we know who he turns out to be, but this is 2004. No one in hell knows who this guy is meant to be. He's only had a handful of matches on Monday Night Raw. He's put in good showings, but Chavo is a Guerrero, which means, Stu, there is only one way this goes. It's for the Cruiserweight title. It's Chavo Guerrero. It's Daniel Bryan, your winner. And new Cruiserweight champion for a 73, Daniel Bryan. Chavo, just like all of you, has took Daniel Bryan too lightly tonight. Small package, 1, 2, 3.
You think RKO is the most dangerous move in all professional wrestling?
73 for this, though, by the way, considering we said cool the crowd. 73, 79 from Chavo, 73 from Bryan.
I mean, the idea that it's got the exact same score as the triple threat, was it the triple threat US title thing? Yeah. No, was it like an 8?
80, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so my bad. But that's a cruiserweight match.
73.
I mean, the idea that's very impressive because this is his fourth, fifth match?
Yeah, something like that.
So, like, I like it. So, it's like you've given a cruiserweight championship to him and he's performing at that level already. I mean, I would be very excited with that, with the way he's performing, with winning that title, that maybe, the cruiserweight division's going to be interesting now that Bryan is now the champion.
73. Good stuff. Right, just before the main event, we check in with Evolution for a 95. They're celebrating their victory. Randy Orton has that WWE Championship over his shoulder, and they're getting into a limo because the party starts now. And Ric Flair tells the interviewer, don't worry, tomorrow you guys will see it all, because tomorrow on Raw, we will celebrate. Oh, we will celebrate. That's a promise. We're doing a big celebration for Orton tomorrow. It's 95 is fine, but let's get on to the main event. This is big time. We've had, I'll be honest, a very good show so far.
I have to be, except for maybe obviously the Mick and Triple H thing. That
was the one down bit, but arguably Jericho and Christian was great. Cena, Booker and AJ Styles was better than you would ever think. Later, Trish and Gail Kim was good. The tag match was good. Could have been better, but was good. Triple H and Foley was, a bit meh. The US title was good. Vince and JBL is Vince and JBL. Then Shawn and Orton have stole the show.
No surprise we've got Shawn Michaels there. I mean, when you got Shawn Michaels, you always got to hope the show, steal the show. But this one, I'm intrigued by this one because obviously I think I've got to try and put my expectations down a little bit because I've been burnt before with some of these matches when I think they'd be great and then all of a sudden they disappoint me. But yeah, this one if I was going to guess, I'm hoping if it gets 99, that
would be good. 94, I think would be good.
If it gets a 99, there's no hope of it. But my God, imagine if it did. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, this is the main event. This is
for all of the marbles. It's Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero for the World Heavyweight Championship. Let's not waste any more time, Stu. Your winner.
And new World Heavyweight Champion in Kurt Angle. You kind of felt it was about to come at some point, but again, that's exactly what we kind of said it would be.
I'm happy with that. I think we're on for our best ever pay-per-view. Come on.
How can you not? How can you not? I mean, come on. But yeah. So yes, Eddie loses his title. Maybe it's just a bad night for the Guerreros, I guess. And the what was it? 4 or 5 title changes we've done. If this was
been a big show.
This would be as defined as a season finale would be, when just it's all change after this for our shows, and I love it.
SummerSlam is very much a refresher.
Exactly what it is, and it's like the trends that, let's be honest, we knew it because like we teased earlier, has now been complete with total title changes. But yeah, so Kurt Angle is your new World Heavyweight Champion. You kind of teased it early on the show, but the way I've put this is basically it's an epic match. It's awesome, as you would say. Eddie hits. I like that he hits all the moves that he's won matches before in his previous title matches, and it's not working. So like he hits like the that he starts cheating. What last time he hits the frog splash, he kicks out. That one time when I did what was it, a move he did back in when he was in AAA, like he hit that move, and that doesn't work. So Kurt's basically like showing how enduring it is, and obviously Eddie Guerrero's like he can't believe it because all the stuff that he's used before to win has worked. Doesn't seem to be working on Kurt at this point, but. And obviously Kurt does the same. He hits the angle slam, hits the all kind of stuff. You know what these kind of matches are. They both hit the finishes. Just you don't know where it's going to go. Who's going to win here? But the way I put it here is basically like maybe do a situation just on the fly here. Like Kurt works on the leg, maybe, or like maybe like when Eddie goes to the frog splash, he lands on his knee, and then Kurt so he injures himself, and then Kurt works on it, keeps working on it, and I like the idea that basically he locks it in. And obviously, he's teased that he's the people he's made tap with that move. And obviously, we're teased that Eddie gets to the ropes and then Kurt pulls him. He's in the middle of the wing, and then it looks like he's gonna maybe try and get the ropes again. And then all of a sudden, he locks his legs around the edge, Eddie Guerrero's injured leg, middle of the ring, nowhere to go, no hope of escape. Eddie has no choice but to tap to obviously save his ankle and his knee. Kurt gets the win, and Kurt's return is complete.
And I think it's the right call for one main reason. We spoke about it a little bit probably on YouTube, but we definitely spoke about it on Twitch. Eddie Guerrero has hit his limit in terms of popularity surges. He will not be boosted on his pop at all in this save anymore. He's hit his limit. Kurt Angle can be more popular, and Kurt Angle is Kurt freaking Angle. It's the right call. It is the right call, and I think a lot of the pay-per-view has been the right call. I mean, we've had a lot of new champions. We've done a lot of things right. I need to know what this score is going to be, Stu. I need to know.
If you got a 99 in this show, and it's not the best show we've ever done, I mean, best show. That's top ahead. Our best show. This for
our best pay per view was Backlash, and it was a 93.
So if we can get a 94,
my guess would be 95. 94 would be good. Don't screw us, game. Do not screw us. We've got the good main event. We've got a great 99 match in there. We've got a 91 in there. We've got a 92. We've got lots of good segments. Listen to me. Come here. Do not screw us. I swear to God. Also,
it should be good as well because this is the last match of the card and there's no crowd burnout in it, so it should work.
Yes, there's no crowd. They've got the crowd hot. Just
do it.
Just do it, game. Just give us a 95 or above.
We're teasing ourselves too much with this. We need to just stop it. Just press. We need to press that.
SummerSlam in the books.
Let's go for it.
Well, I mean, we'll take it, but it's not a 95. We'll take it. It's the best pay-per-view of the save. I didn't know how to feel then. I didn't know how to feel, I'll be honest.
What do we need to do, man? Like, how are we putting on shows like this, right?
I wonder if it's the 66 and 64 JBL segments.
Possibly, but then I'm glad you're not going to be on that kind of thing and say, well, if the Shawn Michaels match was the main event, then it would be a different score. But
I mean, it probably would be a slightly better score, but at the end of the day, you won the main event. I should have had a better show. And you can't... I mean, I didn't think Orton and Michaels would get 99. I'll be honest. I did not see that coming. I thought it'd be a 91, 92 match.
And also, was it a 94 to end the show? And any other show, that would be the best. Would be the best anyway. And also, it's a great way to end the show. But yeah, I mean, I think it's like, again, our high expectations with how good everyone was kind of going. Right.
Look, it's good. It's our best pay-per-view of the save. It's our best pay-per-view of the save. It's up there as one of the best shows. And I'm just going to point this out as the last sort of pointing it out. Match of the month goes to Monday Night Raw.
Again. It's like the hollow victory. I won the
You
month,
were never beating 99, let's be honest.
No, but yet again, it's either Taker or Shawn. It's not fair. It's like, so yet again, I win the month. But it's a hollow victory because I don't actually get to sign a new wrestler because I lost. I didn't get the match of the month. But Yeah, hopefully this is the start of a trend to Cat winning again. But yeah, a 94. I can't help but feel disappointed. I don't know. I don't know if how you feel. I don't know if it's.
I'm happy. I'm happy. It's such a. I was worried about it. It's such a good show. Let's just take the win. Oh, Raw and SmackDown next time. It's all been refreshed. It should be very, very, very interesting. Pretty good. Pretty good. It could have gone a lot worse. That could have gone a lot worse. I'm very, very pleased actually with how that turned out. We didn't quite burn out the crowd. We did set the card up quite nicely, and we're going forward now with some very, very interesting outcomes from this. Randy Orton is your WWE champion. Evolution hold the main gold, and over on SmackDown, well, Kurt Angle is your world heavyweight champion. John Cena keeps the IC title. Lance Storm wins the United States Championship. The British Bruisers win the World Tag Team Championships, and Lita is your women's champion. Lots of new things we can be doing, so if you're excited, drop a like down below, and we will go again next Monday. We are off the back of SummerSlam, and it's about to get interesting. It's about to get very interesting. Until next time, peace.